Welcome to the John Gardina Classroom, where we will explore the pillars of faith, family, fitness, and freedom with guests from all different backgrounds. In each episode, we'll uncover valuable insights and wisdom that will inspire you to strengthen your faith, deepen your family bonds, optimize your fitness journey, and embrace the freedom to live on your terms. The John Gardina Classroom is not just a podcast, it's a space for growth, reflection, and empowerment. To help reach more people who need these powerful testimonies and messages, we need your help to spread them far and wide. If you find value in what you hear today, please take a moment to share this episode on your social media platform. Your support can make a significant difference and impact in touching the lives of others seeking guidance on their journey. Also, please leave a 5-star rating on the platform that you are listening on, as this helps the algorithms to help this show get out to more people. On a special note, if you have land that you'd like to donate to my future deliverance camps, please check the show notes for details on how to connect with me via email. Your generosity can play a critical role in building a better future for those in need of love and support. Lastly, here's some exciting news. I've recently finished a new book titled Molding Minds with my good friend Ryan Eubank. This book is a guide to forging your greatest path in life by embracing adversity as your greatest asset. You can get your copy today by simply clicking on the link in the show notes. Let's learn together how challenges can be transformed into stepping stones toward living out your mission in life. Thank you for joining us on this adventure, and let's dive into this episode and explore the endless possibilities that await us on the path to a purposeful life. Hey, welcome to the John Gardina Classroom. Today, I am going to talk about how to have an epic year. So, let's get started. I am going to be very clear and concise with what I say. So, in this episode, I'm going to talk about how to have a record year, just like Eric Church's song. If you haven't heard that before, you got to listen to it. And the way to think about how to have a record year or an epic year is by breaking your vision and your habits into 5 categories. So the first one is your big, hairy, audacious goals. You heard me correct in saying that. Big, hairy, audacious goals. Number 2 is your standards. Number 3 is how you will serve others in some capacity. 4, how will you improve your relationships? And 5, what word will you use to define your year? So I am going to do a debrief in those 5 categories, summarizing my 2023 year and how you, for your 2024 year, could be absolutely epic, amazing, just whatever word you want to use. And you should use, and we'll talk about the end of this episode, because you deserve it. You deserve to have an absolutely out of this world year. And one of the reasons why you have to look at it per year is that what things did you do during that year when you reflect that when you're older and you leave that legacy for your family, that you can tell your grandchildren or your great grandchildren around a campfire that I remember back in 2023 when I did this, or back in 2025 I did this, and whatever year it was. So that is my goal for you, is to live out that epic year. So let's get started. Number 1, map out your big goals for the year. So for example, this year, here's my big goals. I wanted to write a book. I wanted to finish Molding Minds, which I did. It comes out next week. And that is something that you have to have on your radar to do. Okay. The second is called a misogi. And a misogi is a Japanese term that typically refers to a Shinto purification ritual involving water, It's an intense or challenging experience that also can lead to personal transformation or purification. So there's two different things, and you just have to think about it in, for me, it's one word, being renewed. And being renewed through this transformation or purification process. And for me, I actually had three masogis, and they were all physical, but inside of that physical, you actually have the mental and the spiritual as well. So it started off April 1st weekend, which I did a 100-mile race with all my good friends that some of I've never met before, like Danny Galasso, worked with Gavin Hannon, Mike Bellini, Tim Douglas, and um, just everybody. Greg Wanberg. I had Colin the Kid Koenig with me, and it was a blessing to be a part of that race with them. Okay, second was I did a opportunity to give back and donate to a Christian organization in Pakistan. So I decided in July to do a 28,251 foot climb on a treadmill nonstop, only to use the bathroom. And that foot or the height of that was for the K2 mountain, which is the second highest mountain elevation in the world. It's called the K2. Third was to achieve a sub 14-hour 100K, which I did just a couple weeks ago. So again, let's recap real quick. Big goal. Second is to have that Masogi. You don't have to have three like I did, but I would definitely say for you to have one per year. Okay, second, have a standard for how you live. I'm going to break this up into three categories. I'm going to start with mental. So mentally, for me, read one book per month and learn a new skill, and then challenge myself with learning something that could help serve others. I think it's so important that we think about it mentally, because I'm a huge believer, and this is not just education based, to be a lifelong learner. It's essential for adapting to an ever evolving world which we live in, and allows you to acquire new skills, stay informed about these advancements in these various fields, and also to foster an intellectual curiosity about what's happening and what's going on in the world and through you. You know, I think the big thing is about just adapting, growing, critical thinking, and challenging yourself to be more in tune, to have wisdom, to speak eloquently with others, but also not only that, is to offer sound advice and to be transformed to a new individual each day mentally. Okay, second, physically, maintain strength and stability so you can live a long life. Personally, again, the standards. My standards are running 1,000 miles per year with 50,000 push-ups, 10,000 squats and pull-ups. Also to eat healthy and more protein, less sugar, more salt water, and some intermittent fasting. So in a nutshell, that is what I'm trying to do. And what is the reason why? Why is the physical part important in my life and your life as well? Because working out and running has numerous health benefits, improved cardiovascular disease, for overall longevity. Exercising promotes the release of endorphins, reduce stress, enhances the mental well-being, and it further supports that healthier lifestyle. And one of the whys for me for the physical part is that I know that I have an opportunity to play with my kids and God willing, my grandkids and great grandkids. And the more healthy I can be in the physical end, it allows me controlled opportunity to be able to do that. So that's why the physical part is so important. Number three, or for the spiritual part, number three, spiritually, for the standards, is to pray 3 times a day. This year I did the Catechism in a year with Father Michael Schmitz. Absolutely been loving it. We're on day 335 tomorrow, and I've learned so much about my faith throughout this process this year. Going to church every Sunday, and also doing devotionals every day with friends through the YouVersion app. And for spiritually, it's really Romans 12:2 that has hit me very strong this year. It's to be transformed by the renewing of your mind. So we go back to the mental part, right? I think God intended us to be lifelong learners and to transform ourselves every day. And those areas are, like I just mentioned, spiritual, physical, and mental. So those are very important standards to have. Those are mine. I highly recommend that you find out in those three areas, mental, physical, and spiritual, what your standard is to live by each day. Okay, number 3, serving others in some capacity. Personally, this year, I served as the track, cross country, and basketball coach at my children's school. I took on a new role as the athletic director as well at the school, and I serve in the children's liturgy at Mass and as a Eucharistic minister. I also assumed a new role in my profession as student success coordinator, and at school, I serve my students each day by giving them hope, by uncovering their unique gifts and showing them how they can use them for their future in life. So I feel blessed every day that I have this opportunity to serve at home, in my community, in my school in which my profession in which I work. And I think service to me is a sense of fulfillment. And I don't care what profession you are in, you have an opportunity every single day to serve someone in some capacity. And that is a perfect segue into number 4 for how to have an epic year, and it's relationships. Your relationships are vital for your health, joy, and peace during your time on earth. And the most important relationship you have is with the Lord. You know, it says in Jeremiah 29:13, you will seek me and find me when you seek me with all of your heart. And in Matthew 22:37, Jesus said, just love your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and all your mind. And when you have that relationship with the Lord, it really comes down to peace. You have this peace of understanding that you're loved. And we all want that. We all want that. Whether you are a believer or not, we yearn for that as humans. And God designed us like that. And if you could, I pray for you right now. I just pray for you that you learn to have a relationship with God. Of all the things I'm going to tell you today, and I'm already on point 4 out of 5, is that relationship with God is the most important. It sets the table for everything. It's a foundational belief that someone greater than human, the, the beginning, the end, the, the most amazing creator of everything loves you. And not only does he love you, but he wants a relationship with you. And once you accept that opportunity to have a relationship with him, that's the true transformation of your heart. And I pray for you today for that. Secondly, under relationships is nurturing positive relationships actually fosters a sense of community, support, and love. Okay. And it contributes to the very emotional well being and more enriching life experience, right? So, balancing the spiritual connection with also the human interaction with others it gives you fulfillment and purpose. You know, I'm truly blessed to have strong relationships at home with my wife, my family, my parents, my siblings, extended family, my friends and coworkers. And with those strong relationships, or without those, I'm sorry, life would be hard. It'd be arduous, distasteful. So, really reflect right now in your life of those relationships you have. If they're toxic, break them off. I know you don't want to hurt people's feelings, but sometimes you have to let go and let God work in their hearts, where you go into a pathway in your life that you're meant to live. And sometimes those pathways with individuals need to be broken for a period, or maybe for life, for that person to grow and for you to grow as well. Okay, the last one is choose your word for 2024. So I said earlier, and what this title of this podcast is today is my word was epic. And God put that on my heart before the year began. And I knew what it was going to look like because I planned it out. but it has to come into fruition and fulfillment by doing the work every single day and have strong relationships and have prayer and to build everything I said previously to get to that point of accomplishment. So after looking at my year at a glance, I would say it truly has been epic. You know, acquiring these new jobs, coaching new sports, having a new classroom, writing another book, going over the century mark in podcasting, creating deeper relationships with my wife by working out together and going on one date per month, learning more by reading a book consistently every month, and strengthening my relationship with God through prayer and through His grace. This truly has been an epic year for me, but more importantly, it aligns with my mission, which is to serve my family and community while glorifying God. So for you to have your epic 2024 year, it's really simple. Sit down, take those 5 steps that I gave you. They're in the show notes. Go to them, print them out. It's all there for you. All the wisdom that I have acquired in my life is given to you right now. And I'm not saying that I have it all together, but I tell you what, I feel very confident and blessed that I know I'm in the right direction to living a fulfilled life that glorifies God through my mission each day and to grow and be transformed. So if you're not moving in that direction, then I would tell you right now, my friend, to print this off, use it as a resource and guide, and live the best year in 2024 that you have ever lived, because that is my mission, and I hope that's your mission as well. I love you. I hope you have a great rest of your 2024, and God bless. This class is dismissed.